Where should we go next? There's Delphinus, Ursa Minor, Vela. You look nice and small and approachable. It's probably devastatingly difficult. Oh, it's happened. We have two little friends. Oh, this is very important. That's incredibly important. That's all I have to do, right? They're just showing how it works, which, yeah, I figured I'd probably intuited how that works. Now we can carry two at once. The moment I saw a segmented single thing sticking out the back that picks up people, I'm like, we get more of those, right? It's like clearly a train of some sort. And I was super right. It would have been weird if we didn't. Okay. Oh boy, this means complexity could potentially go way up. That's not lost on me. That fact. How do I want to do this now? This is like a weird shape, level shape with the everything, all the goals being on my side. You definitely would be happier if you start on the other side of the map. Immediately, it's like you're kind of trapped a little bit. I think that actually works though. Kind of doing a +1, -1, like you're keeping track of what your current economy is now. Now it's like a currency of characters you have to keep track of instead of just a binary state of is carrying dude, is not carrying dude. So as I'm dragging it, I'm kind of adding and subtracting on the fly where I am in the process of gaining and losing units. What is that? Is that not important? Oh, I can click on it. Oh, hey. How many things are clickable in this game? How did it take me this long to try that? I just had to have one weird thing show up. Is that supposed to be the crack in the floor? Because it's moving. Weird. Weird. Alright. Let's start off with picking up two dudes. Oops. Trying to make this a little cleaner than it's turning out to be. That's two dudes picked up. 1, 2. Once again. I think that's it. I was just going back and forth and grabbing two at a time each time. And then dropping them off. And I think it worked? With like no thought process? Huh. It's freaking me out how easy these puzzles are. Just considering how the previous areas were. Did the other regions also immediately have two cars? Or is that specific to here? I wonder if the first levels of each zone all have to act like a tutorial for having two cars because you didn't have them earlier. Or not. I could see that happening, potentially. This one looks like it might be tougher. There, now I've picked up every character. No, we're fine. You really do just kind of keep track of your economy of characters. Ta-da! This is so easy, it makes me wonder if I was somehow in a bad state in the last puzzles when I was having more difficulty. But I can only assume that those were just actually hard. Partly because they're like larger icons. Can we zoom in more? Oh, we can. We can zoom in. Oh, and right-click drags the camera. I'm learning things, although it kind of snaps back into place. Right-click is kind of useless. Once it's zoomed in sufficiently, you can still drag it around. Okay. That's good. I was, concerned by how terrible this use of screen real estate was. Hey, you can see the tiny little egg guy in piloting that thing. Don't know what he looks like exactly. Stop putting lampposts in my games. How am I clicking on two things at once? Okay, so start here, end there. Lots of clutter. Concerning and distracting quantities of clutter. And we have to start on this side? That's the go-to idea. Can't loop back around that way. Unless... There we go. Now we have the room. But then that's blocked there. So that didn't really work out. Whoopsie. How do I get dudes to go up there without trapping myself? Because of the lamppost, you can't go through here without blocking off the way to go back. Which kind of traps you into going through here again. And that creates the same problem, because if I go up here, then I get trapped and can't go back. What if you start in the middle? Grab these two, you get trapped and can't go back. You would think maybe grab these two and, like, go into these ones, but then you can't pick up these two anymore. You can't pick them up. Huh. Definitely can't, like, start with these guys, because then you can't get to the exit at all. You can't go up this way or up that way because you really segment the map in ways that make it useless. It really seems like you have to go this way, but even though that doesn't seem necessarily better, it just seems a little more plausible. But how do I go about getting him back through? That grabs you. That gets you. And then what? We're trapped, right? Even if I go back to the... yeah, even if I take the back route, I can't... Am I missing something? This is one wide, that's one wide, that's one wide. So, like, your ability to traverse is super limited. And due to the fact of, like, let's call it the shoelace principle, I suppose, you get a zigzag back and forth. The starting and end points are on the same side of the map. That means you can't even use all three of them. You have to go up... you have to go down once and up once. Otherwise, when I count this, this, and this as the three choke points, you can only go down once and up once because you have to exit on the top. Which raises an issue, because all of the aliens are south of the houses. So how do you only go up once? Which makes me want to go clever and be all like, I'm gonna grab these two and I'll put them in these two houses and grab these guys, but then you're trapped. And can't go anywhere at that point. There's no clever solution I can think of where you go with those guys first or anything, because then you can't get back to the first two over here. It's really you. You're the single point of difficulty of this level, is that how do I deal with you? Can't grab them and go through here. Trapped. Can't go through here, because then you're trapped, and that you block off this choke point and you can't do a return trip. It's so bouncy. The difficulty level from level to level in the consecutively in one zone can be so weird in this game. Okay. I think I kind of see it actually. Can I only grab you? I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. Let's see if there's how the interaction of carts works in this situation. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Damn it. I had a good idea, I thought. But I can't do it. I thought I wanted to just grab this guy and only this guy. Because the thing about these is these are across from each other, so when somebody's being delivered to this guy will get grabbed automatically. At the same time and enter whatever cart's being replaced. The problem is one of the carts has to be empty so this guy can get picked up. But when I go through past these guys, I have to hit this guy. Because you can't go to the right anywhere. There's no secret path where you only pick up this dude. I think. Right? Can't loop around him. Yeah, you really can't loop around him. There's no clever way to avoid him. And I can't grab one of these guys early. That does not work. I don't see anything else though, like at all. We had something like this, right? Where does it go wrong? The issue is this solution is pretty close to all of the spots as far as like everything I know about what has to happen in this level is largely true here as far as like the shoelace principle as I'm apparently calling it, and the fact that we have to go through here but we can only go through one of these two directions. In that direction we have to come this way through here. It's this zone here. I think there might be a hint in the level design here. Does that lead to the change I need? It should, yeah. Because in the previous setup, here's the pickup spot and there's the drop-up spot, one after the other. But if I do this, that's the drop-off spot and that's the pickup spot. It changes the drop-up spot to being before the pickup spot, which actually should change how it plays out. Yes. No. 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 No, 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 no. What do I do about you? How? How would I change that? Crap. So I fixed one problem and created a new one. So it got rid of the fact that this was like a jump over spot. Okay, sure, but like... Ugh. Well, earlier I was trying to... What about the old strategy, right? Like earlier I was trying to make myself pick that guy up later. Which might be possible. Because there's the whole bucking heads mechanic, right? Yeah. Is that what I needed? That's the trick to making one of them not get on at the beginning? Oh my god. Is that it? What is this difficulty curve? Oh my goodness, the no-brain puzzles where I didn't even have to think about them, and then that. There was multiple moments of intuiting things just to make that one work. Versus like, lol, draw a line. Alright, 6, what do you have for me? And should I be worried? I already know the answer to that. The answer is always yes. Trying to figure out where to draw the line. I could actually do the outside ones. Grab these two. Oops. Swoop in, grab these two, come back. I think that actually works. Yes. 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 The way that the door only opens if you've delivered everyone to the right spot makes me feel like this is like some dude that's just trying to commute and he's being forced to do somebody else's job about urban management or something. Because he's just trying to get to his job. Excuse me? What? Okay, there's something clever going on here, right? Because you can't... once you get 2 of them, you can't keep going because you block the other 2 off, and you can't turn around because you block the other 2 off. So there's got to be something more creative going on here. Is it just the corners? Do I just get the corners and come back to grab you 2 to drop you off in the middle? And then maybe the same thing again, but symmetrical? Ooh, that's where things fall apart, huh? I can't do that again. Not the same way. So I go here and then swoop here. Then when I grab these guys, I'll be ultimately trapped. So it'll deliver everything, but I won't have an exit plan. And then we just go and die in that corner, presumably. So the question, I suppose, is what can I do to turn this into something solvable? It works on that level, but that doesn't mean that it'll work overall. And indeed might not even be applicable as being the solution. Did not mean to even move that stuff around. I was trying to zoom in and move the camera. I think I'm kind of right about the first part. The beginning at least seems like a decent plan. But I don't know. Is there a reason to like scoot around the outside, be careful, like avoid contact? How would I grab the rest of them? We just need to swoop out and away, grab you. I don't know, it kind of almost opens up an interesting possibility, but you still get stuck in a situation where your exit now still passes 3 when you only have 2. You can kind of justify turning around in some of these spots once you have that number of people. But it still doesn't get a solution. I don't think there's anything clever to be done with swooping around. There's still no way to get 3 in your car. So that whole idea doesn't work. None of this might be applicable. I'd say the closest thing to a lead so far is just that this feels too good as a solution. That feels clever in a way that's probably relevant and important, I hope, but I'm not entirely sure. The issue is that I pick up these dudes, and then what? You sweep through when it's blocking off the other direction. That's a trick you can't repeat. If I loop back here, I don't place both of them. If I loop back here, I place both of them, but block a third spot. I don't, though, do I? Is that the epiphany here? Is that what I'm supposed to realize in this level? These two in the middle have one side exposed, but these two on the corners have 2 sides exposed. Means the same trick might work. Up until then, it's working, right? I'm not wrong? Yes. But now I've got 3 dudes to place, and I would think... Let's put that leftover one here, and grab another one back there. I could swoop by and grab an extra one, then grab the last 2. There we go. Is it working out for me? There we go. A mistake I make mentally is that I process this information like I'm spending each character and each house, I guess, the moment I make contact with it, like that's when I'm done with it. But some of them have multiple sides of input, which means that you can Even if you block one thing, you can still access them in other ways. So here's the big finale of this zone. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those. When I say one of those, I'm referring to the fact that it looks like the easiest thing ever, which means something's gonna be wrong. That's how it goes. It looks so easy. It looks exactly like puzzles I've done multiple times before, so what makes it hard this time is the question. Among other things, the first thing I would do is try to do this, which is a problem because there's a plant in the way, which causes me to block off the third one, which is a problem because if I swoop it up and try to grab the third one from the back isn't an option either because then I get trapped back in here. If I go through here, I block off the entire back. Kind of raises a new problem because now I'm trying to swoop by from the opposite direction, which doesn't really work. Doesn't really work because if I grab the first two, if I grab really any of them from this side, then I can't come back to leave. I can't go back to leave as a result because I'm cutting off both sides. But I start up here. What are my options here? Can I grab... I can technically go down here, place these two, grab these two, place them here, grab the last remaining guy, place him here. I honestly lost track of which ones were which a little bit, but it actually might work. That reverse zigzag might have fixed my problems even if I lost track necessarily of where I was going with some of it. You'll know some sloppy swipes where I was like, drive by these three. I think one of them's left. There we go. Zoom. Yeah, that seemed hard, and then it super wasn't. Surprise. One of the first things I do when I see a thing that looks familiar, but my normal solution is not going to work, is I just try to do it backwards and see if doing it backwards works. It's like, is that the trick? Is it doing it backwards? Is that the grand surprise? Okay. Ursa Minor looks very symmetrical and adorable, and congratulations on that. Delphinus looks like a nightmare. Should I go left or right? There's something satisfying about that, I suppose. Oh, look at the blobby bloobies. Do you matter at all? Are you just the same thing? Oh my god, oh, look at that house. His house is an entire greenhouse, I guess? Okay. Sure. That's fine. Is there a puzzle here, or do I just... You don't like the poopy monster. Okay. That's why we introduced a new monster. Previously, there was a second monster in the zone, just so that you'd have puzzles where the puzzle was, hey look, 2 types of monsters, so you have to get them to the right house. This one's that also, but also they permanently change your thing so it doesn't work anymore. Your words and things. What fuck? Your car, I guess? I'm trying to think of the right thing to call it, and I'm actually like totally blanking because I'm also simultaneously kind of trying to solve the puzzle. That's not gonna work. I did it! I did not do it. There we go, much better. Might have been a little sloppy with some of that stuff. Alright, purple's delivered, and now we can just ruin our entire vehicle with just microbes. The funny thing is that they're seemingly the grossest ones, but they have the prettiest homes, because it's just a park with a bench. Because they're microbe monsters. What? Oh, there he is. I was like, where the hell is he? Because he's blending in with the little tree-looking things. I didn't even spot him at first. I was like, okay, why is there why is there 2 of that guy and 1 of that guy and then randomly a greenhouse? Because I didn't see the actual, I didn't see the blob. And I was like, I don't understand. What's happening? Oh yeah, we're back to having 1 car again. Oh no. I kind of liked having 2 cars. This isn't gonna work, is it? Nope. Not that way. Not that way. But what if the giant blob monster fixes it or something? Because now we're introducing another creature type. So I'm curious to see if Orange Guy cleans the vehicle. Nope, they are also like, nope. Get out of here with your nonsense. Ain't none of us having this crap. Alright, we already had enough going on, but now we have the additional element of them being picky, as it turns out. So, great. Just trying to pick out the most efficient route to connect those groups. That's how you get him straight there and back. So can I draw a squiggle that makes that work? I think I can. Is that all I needed? Yeah. So I was on the right track at the beginning. My initial drawing had a blockage in it. And yeah, drawing the ending part first, the way that in the most efficient way possible that I could find, made it easier to draw the beginning part. Ta-da!